pop my dick, man.
Toxic!
Yo, what's poppin'? All my peeps. It is I, your host and the most Renaissance man, who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, welcoming you back to the Art of Streams for another edition of the Raw Rewind, presented to you by Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. It's not just me, Patty P, here in the Art of Streams. I'm joined as always by the best of the West. You can't forget about Sara Marshall. What's poppin', girl?
Hey, yo.
Hello.
What's going on? How we doing?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yes.
In your egg-colored blanket.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
And my foot is asleep.
Don't you hate when that happens? And then you get up and then you just
One time
fall over.
when I was in high school, I had to go to Sylvan tutoring, and it was like an hour or 2 hours or whatever, and I was sitting there and my foot fell asleep, and I don't think I really knew, and I tried to stand up and I immediately fell. Mind you, it's like this room with a bunch of different teachers and desks and very quiet. And I fell in front of everyone. I was like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Like, my foot's asleep. And then I tried to walk again and I fell again. And it was just like, everyone was like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, it still haunts me to this day.
Sorry.
Sorry. The blood to my foot is not there.
Just fell asleep there. I can't. I don't know what to do.
Yes.
I don't know what to do about
Sorry about it. Sorry.
Flopping around.
Yeah.
Like a salmon out there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah, I hate when my foot fell asleep. I have been dealing with some pain myself. This is why we do not record on Thursday. I got my days messed up. Thursday, and even yesterday. Feeling good with the back. The back is feeling a little bit better. It's not great, but we're here. I gotta talk wrestling. That was the other thing. I gotta talk wrestling, Sara, with you and the peeps, because I've watched a lot of it over the past couple days, a week or so, it feels like. And I'll start with WWE, because I didn't even mention I saw our dude BRG on Sunday.
You were
I don't know
going
if you saw
ham.
my clips.
You were going ham for him when he came out.
Oh my God, he is beauty. He is grace.
He is beauty. He is grace.
He is victorious.
Yes.
He wasn't on Sunday, unfortunately. I hate to admit it. But when he comes out, back to my point, when he comes out and makes his entrance, there's a different feel than everyone else. I don't know what it is. It's just like he gives off the aura of I am better than you. And it's incredible to watch. It was not so incredible watching him get thrown around by Mads Cruel Kruger, or the Atrocity. He's going by the Atrocity Cruel now. Have you ever seen this man?
No.
Okay. Picture the Freddy Krueger, like a Freddy Krueger mask type of vibe and look. 6'10". The man is a beast.
It's Jason with a Freddy Krueger mask instead.
Pretty much. Yeah, it is terrifying.
Take off the hockey mask, make it Freddy Krueger.
It's like but the mask is black. It's all blacked out, and his one eye looking through. Like, it is terrifying. I forget what I was telling, but I have said that 2 people in my adult wrestling fandom have genuinely made me scared. The Fiend Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
When I first saw that mask.
Yeah.
That was horrifying.
It still makes me uncomfortable when I watch clips. Like, it's the music, it's the vibe, it's the mask, it's like everything together. Brilliant, but terrifying.
Oh, that's a whole other other topic of how brilliant it is. But yes, absolutely scary, horrifying, all that. And this guy, when I watched Cruel in MLW for the first time in Contra, I genuinely got scared. Like, I want to be so far away from them.
Yeah.
And it was bringing back that story I tell about when Kane choked me through the sewer. It's bringing back those vibes.
That is one of my favorite things I've ever heard in my life, by the way.
Just a cat, happy-go-lucky 4-year-old. Hey, what'd you dream last night? Oh, Kane chokeslammed me through a sewer, through the fiery pits of hell in front of my entire family.
To be fair, Kane scared me as well. And still,
Well, yeah.
sometimes when I look back on, like old footage or whatever, I'm like, yeah, no, this motherfucker was scary. And then it's more interesting, I think, now to watch it like as an adult, because now you know who he is and like you've lived through corporate Kane and whatever. So it's like it's kind of funny to look back on it and be like, we were scared of this guy who becomes the mayor of fucking Knoxville, Tennessee. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was wrestling in slacks.
Yeah.
And just that flat. Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got his ass kicked by Cruel.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbtacks were involved. I know it's not your favorite type of wrestling, so I won't share the footage with you. But yeah, holy shit. He went through thumbtacks. He got his ass kicked. He got some color on his face.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic match. Was not my favorite, did not make my favorite matches of 2026. Actually, that's a great, where's my phone? Because I've been keeping track. I really want to, at the end of the year, I want to have a list of matches that I can pinpoint and be like, no, that one was my favorite. I feel like every year we're going back like, oh, there's so many matches. Like, how can you keep track of even the ones you liked? Not even going through the ones that you just like thought were so. So I will say that one did make the list. And it wasn't this match. It was Jonathan Gresham, who you might know as Jordan Grace's hubby, took on Mercedes Martinez. Fantastic technical match. If you are a fan of more mat style, technical wrestling, then this match was for you. I put it on here because I love Jonathan Gresham. I've seen clips of him from when he was in TNA and even Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen him live, especially, an entire match of his.
Mm-hmm.
He is so technically gifted. Like, the shit he was doing, how do you put someone in that position? There's a reason he's called the Octopus. So that was a really cool match. And the finish was weird. It was really weird because it was just like a simple, give up submission.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought there was going to be some animosity there. That, maybe they're going to brew this into the next show or maybe another promotion, whatever. But no, he gets up and cuts a promo on why Mercedes Martinez should continue wrestling throughout 2026. Oh. It was, so wholesome, so great. Like, the whole show itself was awesome.
My whole. I've been saying that a lot over the past 24 hours.
It's the reason you got to get to some indie shows. All right.
I just yell my hole in the middle of it.
Seriously, you could. Honestly, that might pop some peeps. You never know.
Maybe.
That was my indie experience. That was on Sunday. We got to talk about what happened on Monday on Raw, because there is a lot to talk about there. And we had NXT last night, my favorite out of the bunch, out of the weekly wrestling programs. We have AEW tonight at 8 o'clock. I will throw on TV Alpha. When that goes live, we have Kenny Omega taking on Swerve Strickland. If Swerve wins, he is an EVP. If Kenny Omega wins, he becomes the number one contender for MJF's AEW World Championship. That one's going to be a classic. And then TNA and SmackDown, yada yada. That's what happens that week. But what happens right now is we hear from the peeps. Nathaniel asking us if we're excited for Dynasty. I am. I have a feeling we're going to see Osprey and Mox at Dynasty. Two of my favorites getting in the ring. Love that. I would really like to see MJF, Kenny Omega at Dynasty. That has an AEW Dynasty feel. I can't describe it. I can only feel it. And then the Young Bucks, Edge and Christian, your favorite tag team, Nathaniel. We could see some sort of triple threat. I don't think it's going to be a TLC. Okay. I think we're only going to get that in in the 2K verse. I don't believe that's going to happen with the ages that Edge and Christian are.
They're
and
not
if you
the Hardy
watched,
Boys.
no, they can't. And they did say something, kayfabe or not, the sentiment remains on their latest interview with Renee Paquette. So, yeah, go check that out. What's up, David? How you doing? How you doing, pal? Good to see you. And Sophia's birthday is April 15th.
Happy
All
early
right.
birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Today's Brady's birthday. He is 18. So.
Happy birthday, Brady. 18 years. Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's my dog. It's my dog. You know.
Woof.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what he'd say.
I'm surprised he's not here. Oh, because Brady usually is here, right?
He's usually sleeping, yeah, but he's downstairs.
Well, he's on the bed.
Yeah, but he's downstairs.
No, we you know what? We haven't had the cat.
Oh yeah, she's somewhere. I don't know.
The cat is going to interfere at some point.
Probably. She's sleeping she's either under my bed or in the window. She likes to sit in the window.
Okay.
It's nice and warm, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's very warm where you are.
All right. Should we start with Raw then?
Oh, kick it off, Sarah. Let's talk Raw. I need to talk wrestling so bad.
So, we have, first of all, I hate to say it, but I feel like Brock Lesnar's new shirt is pretty cool. The FA F5, pretty cool.
No, I'm with you. I really wanted to. I'm thinking about getting it.
I was like, oh, I hate that it's Brock Lesnar, but it was kind of cool.
You can use. Don't we have a code? If you want to get it,
should in the yes, in our
use that code. And you can help out the house show.
But they also were saying FAFO, and I was like, you know what, FAFO, okay, that was my little play on words here. Because to kick off Raw, we had Lesnar and Oba square off again. This time Lesnar did get a kick to the wee, but nothing else worked in his favor. We saw Oba, put that man down. And the fans are in love with Oba. They did the Oba strut cam, which to me, like, as annoying as that can be sometimes, when they do that, like, so
you want to see, you want to see the guy come out.
Yeah, just because it's like so many camera cuts. What I thought was really cool about it, though, and maybe it was done intentionally or not, I don't know, but I loved that the people they showed were young, old, male, female, black, white, whatever. Like, it was like the 3 or 4 people that they showed doing the strut. It was like, you see that he's over with like everybody. And I think that's cool because a lot of the time when someone gets over and it gets over that quickly, it's like with a subset of the audience. It's like, oh, the women really like them, or the men really like them, or like the kids really like them. But it was like, no, everybody loves Opa. And he hasn't even really said or done a whole lot since he got on the main roster, but people don't care because they're like, dude, this dude can lift Brock Lesnar. This guy demolished Brock Lesnar in 2 seconds. Like, I'm into it.
It was so, I mean, you could hear watching how loud it was when he came out with everybody chanting, Oba, Oba. And we've been there for the NXT version of that. That was loud. That was really cool to be part of. To have that transform or translate. Thank you. Translate to the main roster is the best thing you could hope for as a WWE, as a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
To see that just naturally progress.
Yeah.
And then his first feud on the main roster is Brock Lesnar.
I know. Like,
great.
His first real feud, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, no. I'm not talking Kit Wilson.
Yeah. As much as we love Kitty.
No, we love Kit Wilson here.
Yeah.
But that's not a real feud.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think it's cool too because we've seen so many times with people who were big names in NXT and had every reason to be big on the main roster, but they either weren't booked that way or the fans just didn't respond to them in that way. I mean, you could argue right now, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes was like one of the biggest people in NXT. And when he got called up, it just like, for some reason, it just didn't click with the main roster audience. I think I don't know if I was alone in this, but I was concerned about that same thing happening with Trick Williams, because I was like, they were so heavily connected and in NXT, and obviously Trick stayed down a little longer than Melo did, but his heel run wasn't super loved post Melo. So I was like, how is it going to work? Didn't matter. He has so much personality. People are like, I don't care. I'm going to cheer for this guy. Then you have Johnny Gargano, who is back in NXT again.
Oh my
because
God.
like,
Did you see any of
Yeah.
that from last night?
yes, I
That
did.
was awesome. That
Yeah.
was so good.
So that's what I
So
mean.
well
Like
done.
it's like cool to see it, because you see these other people who were just as popular, if not more than Oba, not have the same luck with the main roster fans. So it is cool to see. And then of course, like, a big reason why this is even happening is because Lesnar signed on, and Lesnar is cool with like putting the guy over. So I'm hoping that that's what happens at Mania. I'm hoping
I
Oba
really
leaves with
hope.
the win.
See, I've heard I don't see any other way possible to me.
Yeah.
I just don't. We're at a stage where we don't need to see Brock Lesnar crush everyone and leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you've been watching Brock Lesnar go on these press tours, I mean, he was just on Spittin' Chicklets.
I know he's doing interviews.
Yeah,
and he's talking
there's
about like his mental health. I'm like,
yeah, no, Brock Lesnar is a completely different person than we saw years ago
Yeah.
throwing the title at Vince after
Yeah.
WrestleMania 34. Brock wants to see Oba be bigger than him, and the only way to do so is by putting him over at WrestleMania. They need to have a match, and I say this all the time, but I want to see this go outside the ring. Like, they need to ruin ringside, not hardcore. You know what I mean? Like, they
maybe
need to
like just a no DQ or something.
Well, I'm just saying barriers need to be broken. Like that barrier, you need to have an announce table go, and it needs to be carnage. It needs to just be bodies. Like this needs to be a just car crash.
Yeah. I think this match
excited.
and then the presumed Jacob versus Drew are the two that should for sure have stipulations. Like Drew Jacob should be like Hell in a Cell or something, or like a steel cage match, because of like the fact that they were fighting all around the arena into the parking lot, and they look like they died at the end of SmackDown. Like, they need to be contained. Awesome. So I feels like we don't get that a lot, it feels, at Mania anymore. Like, it's not often that we get stipulations other than like, oh, this is a tag match, it's a tag team ladder match, and it's like, okay. But like, I want to see matches that warrant stipulations actually get them at WrestleMania, because it's like this feud has gotten to a level where a typical wrestling match is not gonna suffice, like you need it to be more brutal than that. And so I'm hoping that we'll get that with Brock Oba just as much as we get it with Drew Jacob, because I think we need it for both of them.
We do. We really do.
Anyway, we have final bosses here. He said it's so nice to see the kids already doing the Oba dance. I know. And adults too. Awesome. Like, it's even caught on that was just crazy.
Final boss repping my Primavera.
Yes.
I love that.
Brock also did a good job helping Cody stay over. Without Brock, Cody never makes it to Mania. Interesting. He was like really good during that feud, which was like kind of unexpected, but like he was being a team player.
I'm saying that's like it's a completely different Brock Lesnar. He's awesome. Brock.
I think he's like picking and choosing who he works with and who he's willing to put over, and so that makes a huge difference. He's not being forced into situations that he doesn't want to do. So he has a little bit more say of like,
oh, absolutely,
what I'm doing and whatever. Anyway, we then move on to the Usos defending their tag team titles against the Vision. And I mean, of course, all hell breaks loose. It ends up being that Jay gets his hands literally on the brass knuckles and he uses them despite the referee seeing that he has them, and I guess he just doesn't care. He's like, I just don't care. So we're getting kind of unhinged Jey Uso at this point. And there definitely seems to be, I don't even know what I would call it, but there's like distance growing, it seems, between Jimmy and Jay, which I think is interesting given what else is going on, which we'll talk about. But they are the tag team champions. So it's not really a great sign to see, one kind of go off the handle while the other one's like, hey man, like we didn't even get to finish the match because you just went cuckoo. And, like that doesn't help anything. So obviously this isn't over.
Yeah.
And this might be the Mania match. I don't know.
See, this I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I haven't really processed that because, yeah, you're probably right.
Well, Tom Brady's also going to be involved in Mania. And
don't even get me started about
I
Tom
know.
Brady right now. I hate Tom Brady so much right now.
because of the comments.
Oh my God. Don't you dare say WWE is cute.
I'm not. He's going to be involved in Mania. I don't think he'll be in a match.
I want to see someone hit him over the head with a goddamn chair. I want to see him get put through it.
Can he get put through a table, please?
I kind of wonder if his original comments that like spurred all of this was genuinely his thoughts, and then they just twisted into something, or if they were like, hey, we're going to be at, we're going to be in Vegas. It's the Raiders Stadium. Like, how about you throw something out there that's going to irk people, and that'll be your way into making an appearance. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't like it. I still don't. I see the cute comments, like, and it's not only that. It's, you know what it is? It's a personal feeling. I hate to say, it's a real personal feeling because it's the fact that he goes to another team, buys the Raiders, of all people, the Raiders, buys them, then won't trade us Max Crosby. All right, and that's, that he doesn't want to do that because of the animosity that he left with Bill, Kraft, whatever you want to call it. And that's just my feelings as a Patriots fan. Now you're bringing that over into the wrestling world where I leave my sports fandoms at the door when we come into wrestling.
These are supposed to be separate entities.
It's the same coin, different sides. And you calling it cute?
Yeah.
You go to the Arts of Armory in Somerville and watch how cute that was, getting thumbtacks put in your back.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know if this will be the Mania match, but it seems like if Brady's going to be involved, it would involve Logan. So it'll be interesting to see how that might like decide what Logan does at Mania. Because it could just be like a side quest of Mania for him, to have like some sort of moment with Brady. I still don't really understand why Brady would do it anyway. It's not like Raiders fans love him or something, but
why he would, why wouldn't he do it?
Like why he would, or why they'd want him just because he's a 5% owner of the team. Like it would be different if it was like at Gillette.
He's Tom freaking Brady.
I know, but he's not beloved by Raiders and Las Vegas fans is what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't know that he's going to get the reaction that they want, but
no, he will get a reaction.
So I don't know. Do you have any thoughts about Jimmy J? Anything?
Oh yeah, all this feeling. The only feeling that because you got me, engines moving. The only thing I'll take away, because I don't want to bleed all of my points because we save it for our main event. I love this side of Jey Uso that we're getting. The yeeting was fun, especially fun to be a part of in the live crowd, but it gets tiresome, and you become kind of a one-trick pony. And we were kind of seeing that with Jay anytime he was thrusted into a big match. You had to bring him back with Jimmy. That was great. They are a tag team. But there is more to Jey Uso. And there is still a story to be told if we want to go back into retelling the Bloodline story. There's still the Jey Uso side. He was there with Roman through thick and thin. And now he has to have his character arc. So I like that element of it and am excited for that, especially because they're the Usos now. He's not, feuding with them, none of that bullshit. I would like to see this lead into more aggression with both guys in the tag team division. The unfortunate situation is that there is no teams in the Raw tag team division right now that would make sense for them to have a, build on something and whatnot. So to have this angle with Jay, it's great. I want to see this character arc. It feels like it's a chapter 2 to this bloodline story.
Yeah, I'm going to save the rest of my thoughts until the main event.
That's totally fair, because if you watch the show, you know that's only the first time you see the Usos. So,
and then we see another spat between Becky and AJ. Well, Becky comes out and talks her trash, AJ comes out and talks her trash, and this eventually leads to AJ just basically baiting Becky into agreeing to have a match with her at WrestleMania for the IC title. I think this is where I think a lot of us knew was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to happen this way. I really thought that Becky was going to retain and that AJ would win at Mania. But now I think that Becky might win it back at Mania, which is crazy. Only because I think AJ might be taking more time off. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not like... I mean, I'm glad that this is confirmed because, as we were talking about before we went live, we can predict at least 5 women's matches on the card right now, which is exciting.
At least 5. It's nice.
And so it's great that this title is going to be on the card. Oh, we could also probably add Julia Tiffany maybe for the US title. That might come at Mania, or they do it on the SmackDown before. But anyway, I'm not like overly excited about this match because I wouldn't say that their match was that great, but I hope that now that they have more time to like prepare, that it will be better. And I have no idea what's going to happen, but I think it's a cool moment for both of them to have this match at Mania.
No, it is cool, and it does feel like the end of their feud.
Yeah,
it has
to.
That's why you do bring up a good point that Becky could win it back at Mania. And after her promo on Monday night talking about how she made the Women's Intercontinental Championship the most important championship,
a much more serious promo from
we
her
talked about when they introduced it that it felt like kind of a dud and just something to have to give Lyra a little bump, put her over a little in a way. Becky took that title and legitimized it, and I have no issue with her walking out of WrestleMania with the title. It's Becky Lynch right now is synonymous with the Intercontinental Championship for good reason. And they're going to put on... It needs to be an all-out blood feud. A bloodbath. Not bloodbath. Let me back. Just... I want no DQs. I'm sorry. I don't want any DQs in that. So it's going to be a great match.
It'll be interesting to see, too, because I think that they're, as great as Bayley versus AJ was, AJ doesn't have a deep roster of girls that she can face that are heels on Raw. So it's almost better at this point for it to be with Becky because there's so many more people that she can face.
Could you imagine AJ Lee versus Natty?
I mean,
that would be a fight.
Yeah.
That would be a fight.
We'll see. I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to say. Like, I don't know what's going to happen at Mania. And because we don't know about AJ's schedule, that also is like, how is that going to play into how they plan this?
Yeah.
Could you see this leading to the Usos turning on Roman at Mania? I'm not ruling it out, but we'll talk about it when we get to the main event.
Yeah, there's a lot. The main event, like, that's the thing. We could go on.
He also wants to see it be a no DQ.
Yeah, it needs to be. I don't want. I want to see a good story told in this match. I think they can. I think they can do it with the Intercontinental.
Yeah.
Yeah, the BPD got my guy.
Yes, I know. So Paul Heyman was, after what happened with the Vision earlier in the night, was not as interested in calling out Seth Rollins again, but he kind of was forced out there by Adam Pearce because he was like, "Hey, you wanted to talk your trash? Go out there now." Paul was like, "Okay."
I love it.
He calls out Seth. Seth emerges from the crowd in the all black in the mask. And before he can even get close to Mr. Heyman, the police are like, "Nah, bro." And as they're escorting him out of the building, that was when Paul Heyman just goes completely off, talking about how Seth's gonna die, basically, and Becky's gonna go be with all of the locker room, and your daughter is gonna be calling me daddy, basically. And that was when Seth was like, "Oh, hell no!"
Took him the line. He took that. That sent him over the line.
Yeah.
Seth went into that ring, and one of these,
and was immediately put in handcuffs. The classic, put him in handcuffs and get him out of the building thing. Just like his wife,
Have you noticed? I just thought of this. Have you noticed that every year around WrestleMania time,
someone's
they
arrested?
Always do. Someone is arrested.
Yeah, I know. It's like a favorite pastime, I think.
WrestleMania season.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's got to get arrested.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if they were real cops. They kind of looked like real cops.
No,
like,
I swear, that's the other point I was going to make. Anytime they're in Boston or New York, they make a big deal out of security not being just security, but the NYPD or the BPD.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that for any other city, but New York and Boston, it just like there's a feel. Like it's the brothers in blue.
You can tell when they're, indie wrestlers. These were older dudes, so they were definitely not like, these were guys that were actually had a squad car outside, probably. So
yeah, they got hired for the night.
Yeah. Yeah. They were like, "Hey guys, you want to go do hell yeah."
Cool bugs.
Yeah. So to me, I think this stuff between Seth and Paul is interesting. I see a lot of people that are not huge fans of the masked man thing. I don't have as much of a visceral reaction to it the way other people do. Like, I don't get it. I think it's interesting and they're going to use it some way to do a twist.
People don't like different.
Yeah. Well, like I've seen someone speculate because, of course, there's these rumors about Braun Breaker being at the PC this week, and they're hoping that he'll be cleared to go by Mania. So there's a chance that maybe they use him, like Seth shows up to Raw and he has a bunch of masked men with him, and then one of them emerges and it's Braun Breaker. What if one of them emerges and it's Austin Theory and he's on his side? You know what I mean? Like we don't know. But I think this ongoing stuff between Paul and Seth just proves that they have no idea like what they're going to be doing with Seth at Mania, because people aren't cleared, and Seth might be one that's not cleared yet too. So at least this is interesting in the meantime. So that's why I don't really understand why people are complaining, because I'm like, I think this is interesting. It might not be your favorite, but it's not terrible.
There's so much worse shit in the world. I mean, in the world of wrestling.
Oh yeah.
It's not that bad. It's like the masked men stuff. It's different. It's something we haven't really seen. Well, we've seen a masked man enter a ring and cost someone a match, but you haven't seen it get taken to the level that Seth Rollins is taking it. And I know I've seen people talk about it. The shape shifting in the ring when they're all running around and trying to confuse, like, yeah, it's stupid and silly, but so is wrestling.
But
like, that's the whole point of it.
But it like made sense though. I felt like too, So that's the thing, is people were like, that was the dumbest thing I've seen. I'm like, really? From all of your years of watching wrestling, that was the dumbest thing you've ever seen?
You thought you're
lying.
Enjoyed the big dog getting dog food poured on him? You enjoyed that?
Are you telling me that you enjoyed the pose off between Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley? You don't think that was dumber? You don't think so? Okay, all right, yeah.
Sat and watched that entire thing.
Yeah.
You want to talk about how dedicated a fan you are? I watched that main event.
Like,
over Monday Night Football.
That's insane. That is insanity.
Well, it wasn't. No, Pats weren't on. I already lost fantasy that week.
Fair point. Anyway, in one of the easiest predictions of what to expect at WrestleMania, it looks like we're definitely going to be getting a multi-women tag match for the women's tag titles at WrestleMania. Right now, it's shaping up to be Nia and Lash versus Bayley, Lyra versus Charlotte and Alexa versus the Bella Twins. That's my guess.
That's 4, right?
Yes, I think it'll be 4. Because I think the Kabuki Warriors will be doing something else, which we'll talk about in a second.
We will talk about.
And you know what? I'm fine with this. Like I talked about, I don't know, at some point over the past few months that I don't love how many matches that they try to make multi-man or multi-woman, because it feels at this point with how many matches that they need to fill, and then they're not able to get certain people on the card. It just feels like their way of being like, okay, well, you can't complain. Like, we got Bayley on the Mania card, she's in a multi-women tag match. But it feels like in this instance, like, this is the best way to get these women on the card, and they deserve to be on the card. So I'm fine with it. I think this could be a good match. We haven't seen this before. The women's tag titles have very much been ignored. And so the fact that they might, and looks like they will be, getting a match at WrestleMania is exciting for me.
You want to hear my hot take about that Mania match?
What?
That Bayley and Lyra need to win it.
And
here's the thing, they're not. They're not going to win it.
You know who's going to win?
You can look, but you can't touch.
Yep. I hate it. But, and this is the thing, I'm so conflicted. I don't know what's going on with me, but I think it's because, like, I sometimes I can't put my bias aside. I do believe that Bayley and Lyra deserve it, because I think that out of all of these teams that will be in the match, are the only tag team that have been consistently working together over the past year. So I would not be mad about them winning, but I do think that, the Bellas did say that they signed a 2-year contract, and this is going to be like their final 2 years. And if we're looking at the whole reason that they even brought in the women's tag titles is because of people like the Bellas. I mean, the Bellas are the reason that there were so many women's tag matches, because, like, I mean, it's like the iconic.
There's 2 of them.
Like,
there's 2 of them.
So that's the thing, is like, I do think that it should be Bayley, Lyra, but it feels like this is just the moment to do it for the Bellas. And as much as I don't like them, it's like, okay, well, I mean, they are literally the definition of a women's tag team. So, like, I don't know how mad you can get, like, as much as I'm not a fan, it makes sense. Yeah.
No, it does. It does.
And that's the thing, is like, I think there is a way for Bayley and Lyra to win, and then they can face the Bellas. But, like, obviously these babyface teams versus babyface teams or anything like that, it doesn't work very well. And so one of them would have to turn heel, and I don't anticipate that being Lyra and Bayley. Like, I would think the Bellas would have to turn heel, but, like, Nikki was just heel, and then when Brie came back, she was all of a sudden a babyface again. So I'm like, would they do that again already? Like, I don't know.
No, I saw something on someone tweet out what happened to these storylines, and it's 4 pictures of abandoned stories, and one of them is heel Nikki Bella, and that kind of went to the wayside once Brie mode was activated and Brie Bella made a return, which fine by me.
Nothing is as bad as the amount of times that they had Big Show flip flop. It would be week to week with Big Show. Like,
I think he turned heel. I think he face turned and heel turned 30 times in a year.
Yeah, maybe on the same
show. No, he
show.
did in the same show though. No, there was one time he actually did twice in the same show. Became a bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's
my
like,
God.
Yeah.
2012
but you know what?
Wrestling,
like,
man.
They could, as much as I hate the constant connection of Nikki and Cena, because I'm sorry, but girl, move on. But they could take a page out of Cena's book from his retirement tour, and that could be the basis of why the Bellas turn heel. They're being like, hey, the only reason these titles exist is because of us, and we deserve to win, we deserve to do this and whatever. So like that would be an easy way for them to be like, get involved, if they didn't win or something. I don't know if they would do it. I don't know if they want to do it. But I mean, I when I think of the Bella Twins, I think like as a duo, I think of them as heels. I feel like their best work was when they were a heel tag team.
Yeah.
And that's giving them a lot of credit, because I was not.
That's giving me a lot of credit for giving them credit.
Yeah, but I do think that like they were better than just the like, we love to be here. I mean, this whole thing, like, you hated them when they're like, loser. Like that kind of stuff. Like, bring that. That's the kind of energy that we need.
Yeah, no, that would be really good to see.
It's just they've been talking about how this is almost like their version of a retirement tour. So I'm like, would they want to be heels? I mean, they signed 2-year contracts in January. It's not like you're going to be heels necessarily the whole time, but it might be something worth exploring. Like, it would get you more TV time, I feel like. And then they could also work with Alexa and Charlotte. They could work Bayley and Lyra. They can work a lot of the other women that they're doing with tag teams. So like, makes sense to me. But Becky's or Bella should be heel. Yeah, I know. But then when Brie came back, all of a sudden she was like, I'm a good girl. And you were like, okay. All right, girl. I don't forget what you were just doing, but whatever. But this is what I was saying about the Kabuki Warriors. I think they will be tied up doing something else. Obviously, it looks like the relationship between Asuka and Kairi is deteriorating, at least on the side of Kairi, because it doesn't look like Asuka has any plans to be like kicking her to the side. But Io has gotten very much involved recently, and it looks like she's trying to be a lifeline for Kairi, and obviously that's going to become a problem once Asuka figures it out. I mean, all she has to do is watch Raw back and see what Io's doing.
I'll just go back and watch film. You just gotta go watch film.
I love when they pretend they don't, though. You know what I mean? Like, I love when they pretend like, oh, I'm only a few feet away. I didn't see Io walk up to you, Kairi. I didn't see her talking to you, because I'm all the way in the other side of the building now.
That's another area code, Sarah.
Yeah.
That's another area code.
I anticipate we're going to get Io versus Asuka. Maybe we get Kairi as a special guest referee, and that's going to have, that's when maybe she turns on Asuka. And that sounds like, first of all, I think it's a dream match in a lot of people's eyes that, we didn't get the opportunity to see during the, was it Queen of the Ring or no. It was the tournament to be the number one contender or whatever, right? Because it was like didn't Stephanie win?
Oh yeah.
We should have gotten Io versus Asuka in like one of the matches, but we didn't get it. So now we can get it at Mania, and I think that the emotional aspect of Kairi being involved is another reason that people will be excited, because like the whole Kabuki Warriors thing has been going on for months at this point. So
it's been with Rhea. Started with Rhea.
And this would be a fantastic match to have. Sorry, this rivals like the women's titles matches for like how good this could be. So, and Io deserves it. I'm sorry, but like she was kind of like thrown like out to the side once Rhea became the number one contender and they lost the tag titles. It was like, okay, where does Io go now? Well, if she can have a match with Asuka, I'm into it.
I'm way into that. That's real graps. That's real lady graps right there.
And that's the thing that I think is exciting, because like I'm not dismissing the matches that we can get out of the women, the other confirmed women's matches, but this is a match that you are like, okay, the only way that this would be bad is if somebody like really messes up or someone gets injured. Like this is going to be like a guaranteed good match unless something crazy happens. Some of the other stuff you're like, I don't know how Rhea versus Jade is going to be. I don't know about Liv versus Stephanie. Like, you think it could be good, but you don't know. but I don't think there's any chance of this being bad.
No, I have no notes.
Yeah.
No notes. Just make it happen. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
Another thing that I want to see is Finn Balor versus Dom, which it looks like we're going to see that because after he got booted from the Judgment Day, which first of all, Mr. Damian Priest taking a victory lap after Finn got booted and being like, "It doesn't feel good, does it?" Shut the fuck up. Okay, that's what
it doesn't feel good. No, that's
shut up. Okay, you know what? There's a big difference here. Okay, Damian.
Why are you hating on my guy? Why are you hating on my guy?
They didn't like you, Damian. They kicked your ass out. Finn left before they kicked his ass. Okay, because you know what he said. He knew what he was doing. He knew the second that he called Dom a prick that he was gonna get booted. He wanted out. Damian, you got your ass beat because they didn't want you around. There's a big difference. Okay, Mr. I'm trying to be relevant. Okay, but anyway. After that, Dom is in a match with Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. And right as he was about to somewhat win, it looked like with straightened hair, JD McDonough. I was like, what is happening here?
Hey, new JD, new JD.
I know, apparently. I was like, his hair is dry and it's straightened. Okay. Finn came out, and when I say that I was excited, I am not being completely honest about how excited I was. But I think, this is going to lead to a match at Mania, and I'm into it. I'm excited. I want to see it. And I want Finn to win.
Yeah, Finn needs to go over in this.
Yeah.
I agree there. It's going to be a banger.
Dom is so over, he doesn't need a win.
He's got his hands full in Triple A.
Yeah.
He's got El Grande Americano.
Which one?
The beloved one in Mexico.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Then we find out that he wants to have a mask versus mask, and I'm like, I swear to God, if they mess things up for Kaiser, I'm gonna be so mad.
I'm gonna let you know right now, Sarah. I'm gonna let you know. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I just feel like
they are a lot smarter than the old regime.
This man is becoming a legend in Mexico. People are handing him their children. Okay, they're like, kiss my baby. Kiss my baby.
He is becoming what the lore about El Grande Americano was when they introduced who he was. The lore of how he is beloved by all Mexico and all this. He's living it.
Remember what we were talking about before we went live.
Okay.
People being handed shitty situations and turning it into
no. Okay, I'm following you. No, I was confused where you're going with this. Okay. No, continue.
El Grande Americano was a bullshit thing that they did with Kaiser. They didn't do anything with Kaiser. The European elegance thing, that could have been good. He was so good on the mic. People hated him. He was putting on killer matches every single week. And then they were like, we have nothing for you. Chad Gable got hurt. We're putting you in this situation. Look at what he did. He's becoming like a legend in Mexico. This is a German, like pretending to be a white man, pretending to be a Mexican guy.
He's
a legend.
It's pro wrestling
in Mexico.
It is pro wrestling at its finest. That is what it is. It's awesome. No notes. Again, no notes. I love how we were talking about Finn and Dom, and now we just steered the conversation to El Grande Americano. Oh, love it.
Is it me breaking up, or is it you?
It's you. You're a little laggy. Hello.
I'll be right back.
So while Sarah fixes her audio issues and you see me in two different frames, I'll talk about this, Mr. David Valentine. Bianca Belair. Oh, I didn't read that. I read that so wrong. I thought that was Bianca Belair is getting ready to come back to WWE, but that was not it. I don't know if that's true.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what just happened, but
we're back. Hey, we're back. It's all good.
Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, Yeah, so I think we're gonna get this. It'll just be a matter of time, which I'm excited about. That also means that we might get
Get what?
I'm like warmed up to the idea, but also like not. It's still like being weird for me. Okay, can you see me? Okay,
I can see. I can see you.
Okay, let's get to the main event. Okay.
Yeah, let's get to Roman Reigns covered in jizz. That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, so for some reason WWE has decided that this needed to be the main event for a month in a row. I disagree highly with that decision, honestly, because I don't think that this is interesting enough to be the main event for that long. But this week we got Punk coming out and just talking his trash, and you know, the Usos then become involved. Jimmy had already warned Punk, being like, "Hey, be careful what you say. Jay's on one tonight. He might come out." That ends up
That's
happening.
exactly what happens.
Eventually, Roman comes out. Yes, and then when Roman comes out, he tells the Usos to go to the back because, you know, Punk had said like he can't do anything on his own, and Roman's like, "Yes, I can. Yes, I can." And
in that tone. Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he said. And eventually it just leads to them attacking Punk. He gets put through a table, and Punk's he laughs at the end, and he's like, "I'm not the one who needs help." And I was like, you sir are brilliant. So I mean, I wouldn't say that anything new really came out of this. I mean, Punk had some good one-liners, obviously. You know, he's covered in sweat and jizz. What are you gonna do? Yeet me to death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, said something about how Roman uses Just for Men to get rid of his grays. Shout out Just for Men. The free plug.
That was a free plug.
But I don't know. I think, you know, we touched on this and you said you wanted to talk about it. People were talking about how this feels more like a feud between Jey Uso and CM Punk than CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And I guess I want to hear what you have to say because you wanted to talk about that.
See, it doesn't feel like it is the Rome. It doesn't feel like it's Punk Jay. To me, it just feels like Jay is like a secondary piece to Punk Roman. Like he's his sidekick. Like he's Roman's sidekick yet again. He's right-hand man Jey Uso sticking up for the tribal chief. And Punk called out his family. You don't do that. You're not supposed to do it to any family, but specifically Samoans, they take it personal. And because there's so many of them in the wrestling world, you're going to piss off a lot of them. And that's what Roman wants all the Samoans in his bloodline to go after Punk. And that's what is, Jay is fuming about, is that he disrespected our family. Now, that's just a side piece to there, because you do have the history that Roman and Punk have. This explaining it. This is just full out, just like letting it all out there. And I love that element now because we're seeing the next chapter of the bloodline. That's what we're seeing. Jey Uso come up a little, and be that way. I kind of royal rambling here, but the point of what I'm trying to say is I like this side of Jey Uso and believe that it is adding to Punk Roman, and it's just being misconstrued in a way. It's just it's adding more to it that people are missing.
See, I mean, I don't like completely disagree, but I don't agree either. I do feel like I don't know that I would go as far as saying that this is definitely a feud between Punk and Jay. I think that Jay is more readily available to like add to the story because Roman's not there every week, or Roman is not doing like backstage segments with anybody, and if he is, it's with his family, so it's not like he's, you know, um having like some sort of segment with Punk in the back. Like that's just not happening. So I think it's easier for Punk to be, you know, because we see him walking through the back a lot. It's easy for him to run into Jay or run into Jimmy. Like they can do that. So like that adds to it. I guess my thing is like I think I'm like a little confused about what they're trying to do because I think they're kind of talking out of both sides of their mouth. Like Punk said the comment about Roman's dad, and then it's all like, you don't disrespect the family, and Roman comes and he's like, I'm calling all of my family to, you know, fight back and to tell Punk and show Punk that this is disrespect that we don't accept. Then Punk is like, you only are successful because you always have family on your side. They're always doing your dirty work. They're making sure that you retain titles or win matches. And then Roman gets in there and he's like, I don't need you guys. And then he keeps them in there and is like, no, actually, I do need them. So it's like, it's very confusing because I think it's proving Roman can't do it on his own, which is obviously not something that he would want, right? Like you don't want people. I mean, that was very much the takeaway at the end of the Bloodline era because he was getting help to retain his titles. I think, you know, I'm not loving this right now. I think especially when you compare it to what's going on SmackDown between Randy and Cody, and that's just like so fucking good right now.
Oh, it's
there's no yeah, and you know, there's this whole argument being made that it doesn't matter because Roman Punk needs to main event night 2. No, they don't. At this point, no, they don't. It doesn't matter that Roman's in that match. Absolutely not. We need to see Cody Randy main event night 2. And so maybe it's unfair to put like, you know, pit them against each other, but it feels like they're really missing the mark with what they could have done with Roman Punk, because look at what they're doing with Cody Randy. It feels like they should be doing the same kind of stuff, you know? And I just
more intensity.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the plan is. Like I have no idea who I think is going to win at Mania. I know who I think should win. And it should be Punk.
I'm glad you made that clear.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you made that clear.
Yeah. I don't think that Roman should win another title before he retires. I just don't think he should, because I don't know how you like top that other title reign. You definitely shouldn't win the title that was literally created because you were holding the titles hostage and you've shit on that other title since it was created. I don't know why you're even entertaining a match to win it, but okay. But because the final boss did say something earlier about, do you think that the Usos could get involved or, you know, to cost Roman? I have two thoughts. One thought is because we're seeing this more like angsty side of Jay again, I would be interested to see Jay cost Roman the title. And the reason I even think about this is because of Punk and Jay's moment last night, where Jay was like wanting a title match and Punk is like, hey, you know, you actually deserve it. You never got your rematch. Why don't we do it right here, right now? And they're like, no, we're not doing that. So that felt like a planting of the seed. Because like, what if Jay is like, why am I doing this for Roman? He didn't have my back. He wasn't there for me when I was world heavyweight champion. He was, you know, sitting at home doing whatever. He didn't come out and make sure.
Manipulate.
Yeah, and it like clicks for him. And he's like, no, you know what? You're not going to win the world heavyweight title because I didn't get to have a world title reign. You didn't help me keep it, you know, whatever. Like I could see that. The other situation that I thought was very intriguing, which I think is less likely to happen, but I actually kind of love it. This whole idea of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. What if Seth made sure that Punk retained.
See, okay, here's the thing, though.
The enemy of like my enemy idea. Is my friend. No,
that's brilliant. That's great. Here's the thing, though. But who's the real enemy?
Who's a bigger enemy to Seth Rollins?
CM Punk.
No.
Wait, I don't know though.
That's what I mean.
Who's but Punk said, enemy? But the reason I'm saying Seth, the reason I'm saying Punk, is because Seth. Well, I was gonna say Seth vowed that with him in WWE, Punk will never be world champion when he's already world champion.
Yeah.
But would he ever? I don't think he will ever help Roman Reigns.
But who is a bigger enemy than Punk? You have to remember, Seth blew out his knee at WrestleMania 40. He still came out to distract him, took a chair to the back.
He was his shield.
Just to make sure that Cody took that title. I don't think you can say Punk is a bigger enemy to Seth than that. Like, it's Roman, you know? Roman's never beaten Seth also. So I just I know that that's far-fetched and might never happen, but I'm so interested in that because I feel because when I think about whatever the outcome of Punk Roman is, nothing moves me. Punk winning, yeah, I'm glad because Roman's not champion. But where does Punk go after that? And Roman winning, what does Roman I don't know what Roman does. I does he take a few months off and then he comes back and loses it at SummerSlam? I don't know. I don't care to see Roman versus anybody. I don't know. There's just I don't know.
The only person I see Roman feuding with next is Seth Rollins. It's the only person I logistically.
With who? Roman or Punk? Who do you say?
No, Roman's next feud, big match, has to be against Seth Rollins. There's no one else. Well,
that's the thing. Then he helps Punk retain.
Well, it's Cody and then Seth. Those are his only two, big feuds that you can build and have him do stuff with. Unless you're going to have him be around the bloodline and build that up again, which I think that would be forced. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, because there's people throwing out this idea of them finally building Jimmy, and I'm I just don't believe that. So it feels
Jimmy.
I don't know. To me, I just find it hard to imagine Roman winning the title, and being willing to show up to be a champion again. I just find that hard to believe. And even then, even if he doesn't show up a lot, it's also why would we want that? Why would even a Roman Reigns fan want that? You never get to see him. He's never there. So what's the point of him being the champion? I don't really, and I just feel it just goes against everything that he has said over the past 2 years about that title. I don't know. Let's see. There's a lot of comments in here.
Sarah, do you know who threw out the first pitch tonight? In the Giants-Yankees game?
Yes, but I can't remember. I saw that they... Who is it? Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Wait a second. Punk's promo was so bad.
What are you talking about,
what? I need to know your thoughts on Roman Reigns saying, hey, CM Punk, you're mad because I'm more handsome than you. Hey, Punk.
Which isn't
you're
wrong.
Mad because you're old. No, CM Punk is one of those people that is not an attractive man, in my opinion, but he thinks he's so fucking hot. He does not sit there and think that Roman's hotter than him. I guarantee it. Even if more women might say Roman is hotter than Punk, Punk does not think Roman's hotter than him. I guarantee it. Do I like Sonic? Sometimes. I haven't had it in a really long time.
I had it once.
Pits, did you go to Raw in Boston?
I unfortunately, with my back injury and TKO, it was not feasible for me to go. I did watch it, obviously, because I talked about it. Here, I wish I went. I know my boys over at Stash Club were there, but I was not.
Final Boss thinks that the Steph Liv should main event over this, and I'm like, boy, I agree. AJ Lee versus Becky should be a ladder match. That would be sick.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Give me a reason why.
And
why
I hate this.
What's the why?
I hate this Nike fan thinking the ending of night 2 will be the same as 40 but different Samoans. No, please God, please don't.
That's a 2K.
Please don't.
That's a 2K My Rise story.
I don't want to see that.
That would be hilarious to play in WWE 2K.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that on my Mania card this year.
Punk Roman blew all of their load on the first promo. Everything. Yeah, exactly. I know. I you know what this argument is? You know what I'm going to say it, and you guys are going to get mad about it. It's because of Roman. I'm telling you right now. Roman can't hang like on the mic. Because you have to think about it. How long did he know that he was going to win the Rumble? How long did he know that he was going to face Punk? So how long did he have to think about what he was going to say in that first promo? Why do you think the first one was good and all the other ones haven't been? I'm just saying.
Sorry, Kenny Omega is going to AEW Dynasty.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Nike fan likes my idea. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, Nike fan.
Roman is winning because they are setting up Rock Roman for next year's Mania. Stop it right now. I am not.
No. I'll listen to that. Sarah, we'll listen to that because it's going to be in Saudi. Okay, this is the time. Well, I mean, there is.
It might not. I
mean, Bang Bang might not.
Yeah. Also, did you see what The Rock looked like? Okay,
he's looking like 01. He's looking like 02 Rock.
He's emaciated. That's what he looks like, and he looks like a 60-year-old man. I don't see that guy going up against Roman Reigns. But also, this would imply that Roman is champion for a year. Nah.
They could also just set up the match without him winning.
Yeah, I mean, I still think they can do that. They could be like, you've been a disappointment since you lost the title, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's easy. But, anyway, yeah, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to look forward to. Hopefully, Mania is going to, continue to look a little bit better than it had been. But, yeah, so that was Raw.
Mm-hmm. And we get excited as we're on the road to WrestleMania now. We got AEW on my TV Alpha right now. Kenny Omega just won. I'm pumped. And I'm pumped to be back here tomorrow for the Super Show where we'll talk SmackDown. I'll give my thoughts about indie wrestling and how Sara should be going and joining me in my indie journey. And we may even talk about AEW too, because not gonna lie, it's getting pretty good. Oh, and also how best weekly television show in NXT continues to deliver with everything. So yeah, that's all we got. Thank you guys. Oh, back it up. Make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification to know every time we go live. Also follow us on social media at Patty Pitts on all social medias and at SMarshXO on Twitter. Follow TikTok, No Nights Off as well. Posting stuff there. And I don't have a TikTok because I'm transforming mine into something else so I can post more. We're trying new things in 2026 because if you're not changing, you're not trying. So thank you guys for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you can do it. All you gotta do is try. We'll see you tomorrow.